everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Alex and today I'm bringing you some summer reading recommendations. Now that we are officially into summer, I thought it would be a good time to give you guys some books that I think are good reading recommendations for the summertime. You will have to excuse me wearing a long sleeve shirt today. By the time that I'm filming this, it has been a little bit rainy outside and a little bit cooler than normal, which I'm thankful for it being cool, but I didn't want to have to pull out another sweater. So I just picked kind of a half t-shirt. But I tried to kind of spruce it up summertime with some pink lipstick, so hopefully that suffices. Now the majority of the books on this list are pretty light, fun, fluffy, summery type contemporary reads, but I do have a couple more that I'm gonna sneak in there that you might not expect to be good for summer, but I still think that they are. So without further ado, let's get started. First, I'm going to recommend an author, and that is Morgan Matson. Morgan Matson, I think, is the queen of summer contemporaries. I have only read two of her books, and those are The Unexpected Everything and Since You've Been Gone, and both of them are the perfect summer contemporary novels. Even the books of hers that I haven't read yet, I have heard the synopsis, and from what I can gather from them, they all seem like just such fun, cute, contemporary novels that feature a girl that has a lot of growth to do, ends up in a very cutesy relationship. There are lots of fun elements in her book. In The Unexpected Everything, the main character winds up being a dog walker, and that is a really fun element. And in Since You've Been Gone, there's like a summer-long scavenger hunt, which is really neat. So her plots are just really unique and fun, while still staying light and fluffy, which she does a beautiful job considering her books are usually about 500 pages long, but she keeps them light, makes you want to fly through them. I think her books are perfect to take by the beach, take on a vacation, sit by the pool, and read all day. They're just adorable and cute, and if you haven't read a Morgan Matson book yet, definitely go ahead and pick one up this summer. Next, I'm going to be recommending One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Taylor Jenkins Reid has become a pretty popular author here on BookTube lately, but I don't think that this book from her gets enough recognition. This book follows our main character, Emma, who ends up marrying her high school sweetheart named Jesse. On their first wedding anniversary, Jesse is actually traveling in a helicopter over the Pacific. The helicopter ends up going down and the rest of the crew has been found dead, and Jesse's body is never found, so he is pronounced dead as well. The story itself follows Emma several years later after she has gone through the grieving process, and she is now engaged to another man that she is very happy with, and she winds up getting a phone call from Jesse saying that he is not dead, he has been alive this entire time, and now he is coming home. So the story really follows Emma as she is torn between this high school sweetheart that she has known and loved and grieved over, and the new man that she is engaged to and truly loves as well. So this one is a little bit more of a darker read, but it is very quick to go through. You want to keep reading and find out what's happening and find out who she's going to pick. Both men have really good qualities, and it is a really hard decision, but I personally liked the decision that she came to. Again, I think this one, even though it's a little bit more serious, it's really quick to get through, so I definitely think that it's good for the summertime. Another author that I would recommend reading in the summer is Becky Albertalli, and two of her books in particular that I would say to read are The Upside of Unrequited and What If It's Us, which was a collaboration with Adam Silvera. Now, even though a lot of Becky Albertalli's books are set in school, I do feel like they're good for summer as well because they are just light. There is a little bit more hard-hitting elements that go into them. A lot of her books have LGBT themes that are woven throughout, and some of that can get a little bit heavier, but her characters are so fun and make you want to keep reading and just make you want to follow their lives. Even though there is a real plot that's happening in each novel, I feel like there are a lot of character studies and really character-driven books. So if you're not into character-driven books, you may not enjoy them quite as much, but I find them to just be quick, fun, adorable reads that are definitely perfect for the summertime. The next book that I want to recommend is a little bit underrated, but I definitely think that it deserves more hype, and it is called Down and Across by Arvin Amati. This book follows our main character, Scott, and Scott is a chronic quitter. He has no idea what he wants to do with his life after he gets out of high school, and his parents are pressuring him to make a decision. So he winds up sneaking off to Washington, D.C. to try to speak with this proclaimed professor and figure out what to do. He ends up running into a girl named Fiora who is a crossword puzzle writer, and from there she just takes him on a series of adventures that helps him kind of find himself essentially. One thing that I really appreciated about this novel was how the author showcased Scott's struggle trying to figure out what he wanted to do post-graduation. I think that that's not a topic that is covered nearly enough in young adult literature, and yet it's something that affects the majority of high school students. Figuring out what you're going to do after high school or even after college is terrifying and really difficult, and I don't feel like it's talked about enough, and I feel like this book does it beautifully. While I did feel like the plot was a little bit formulaic at times, it definitely held its own and it was a unique story in itself. I loved the characters, I loved the outcome of the book overall. Arvin Amati has published one other book since then, which I haven't read, so I can't speak to that one, but this one is just fun-filled, action-packed, perfect for a summer day. I'm also going to recommend a YA classic, and that is the Laura Jean Trilogy by Jenny Han. If you somehow don't know what these books are about, the first novel follows our main character, Laura Jean, who every time that she gets a crush on a boy, she will write him a love letter, spilling all of her feelings, seal it up, put it away in a hat box, never send it off, and that is how she gets over her crush. Well, one day somebody finds this hat box and sends out all the letters to these boys, and she has to deal with the consequences of that. I feel like these novels, again, just exude cute and fluffy contemporary. There, again, are a lot more serious elements that are handled in these stories, but they're done very delicately, they're done with care. Jenny Han just has a really nice way of developing the family dynamics in this novel, as well as the romantic relationships, which I really, really appreciated. I do also know that Jenny Han has published another trilogy called The Summer I Turned Pretty, so if you've read Laura Jean and you want more of that kind of style, maybe go check out those. I haven't read them, so I can't speak to them, but never hurts to check out an author's backlist. And the last recommendation I'm going to give you is another backlist title, and that is 13 Little Blue Envelopes by Maureen Johnson. This book follows our main character, Jenny, who is in the summer before her senior year when she receives 13 little blue envelopes, these letters from her aunt who has passed away. As she opens these envelopes, she finds out that she is about to be sent on this grand adventure, and she has to get to certain destinations before she can open the next letter and find out what her aunt wants to tell her. I will say, even though the main character in this novel is a rising senior, I feel like this reads more on the younger side of YA, so just keep that in mind going into it. This is a duology, and I do feel like you need to read the second book to get the full story, but this again is just a quick fun read, especially if you like travel novels. This one goes all over the place, so definitely one to check out. And that is it for my summer reading recommendations. If you have read any of these, or if you have some other summer go-tos, let me know all of those in the comments down below. So until next time, bye!